Ay.
The most careful cheers
Okay.
ever.
Welcome back to the podcast, Jackie.
Thank you.
Ooh, okay. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you will see why we are being a little squeamish at the moment. We have martinis in martini glasses, and they were filled to the brim, courtesy of me and my heavy pour.
Mm-hmm.
And I was afraid we were going to spill our dark liquid on these pink chairs. Because guess who didn't think about the fact that, hey, you're a little klutzy, I might spill something on my nice pink chairs. But it's fine. We did well. And we didn't spill it walking into the studio.
Nope, not a drop.
Not a drop. I feel like I just jinxed us.
That's why I sipped it instead, so I wouldn't spill. I know myself.
Welcome back to the podcast, Jackie.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And she requested an espresso martini, but she had her own little twist on it. Mm-hmm. She did not want to do the safe vodka choice. She said, I want to do a tequila espresso martini. Tequila. And you know me and tequila, I get nervous. And even when I was like preparing it, I went and got like the tequila. I went and got the Kahlua, which I don't have that in my normal bar setting because, you know, me, I'm just like face pounding the bottle of vodka. So I went and got everything. I'm like, is this going to taste good? Like, I'm kind of nervous about this. And I'm like, well, it's alcohol. Like, suck it up. You'll be fine. It's actually really good.
What you forget is Repo has a little bit of like a caramel undertone to it.
Because I almost, I'm so glad I looked at the recipe before I like went and like got it off the shelf, because I was just going to get a silver tequila. And then for some reason I was like, I need to go look at this recipe. Thank God I did, because it said you need a reposado because it has like, it's aged in like oak barrels. It sounded so fancy. Yeah. Aged in oak barrels, and it has a hint of like caramel and vanilla. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what makes it like that, gives it that extra little blend.
Yeah, I think the silver tequila would have been like,
it would have worked, but it wouldn't have been the same.
No. And I chilled the tequila. Look, I got super fancy today. I chilled the tequila before she even got here. I put it like straight in the freezer. It's a good drink.
Yeah. It is.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for making it.
You just added something new into my recipe book, and that could be dangerous. I feel hot now, actually.
It's the tequila.
No. All right. Well, this is your first episode back since episode 3. And at the end of that episode, we had teased that you were going to come back, as if you were going to come back like a month later.
Yeah.
And it's been like year and 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
Life happens. Life happens. I mean,
life happens.
We all got like busy or like into our own things for different reasons, but I'm glad you're back. I'm very excited. We've been talking about this episode for like a moment. And it's just like we finally were able to like make it happen.
Yes.
So you got to tell everyone what you've been up to since then. Last time you were on, you were talking about how you just met this like amazing guy.
We're still together.
You're still together. Yeah. Unlike the last episode or the last guest I had on, she has had luck on dating apps.
She hasn't.
She hasn't. You have.
I have.
You have. She hasn't.
I had the luck that made it so that I don't need the apps no more.
Yep. Correct. What app did you meet him on?
Bumble.
Okay, she's been on Hinge. It was Jay. Yeah. She was on Hinge, and she was telling me that telling all of us that she had met this one guy, and she thought he sounded cool and great, and she talked to him on the phone, and he, I think, was in the middle of a meth-induced episode. And was talking about saving his tears in jars, and she was like, I can't do this. So she just deleted and blocked him, and
that's the right choice.
Well, I'm glad she made that choice. But yeah, that's the caliber that she's finding. So she's like, what do I do? So I think you need to talk about your success story to give hope to others.
Yeah.
Because you're one of the lucky ones.
Yeah, I found a good one.
You did.
I found a good one. And can I tell you what it was that he said when we were on our first date that made me go, check? he said, I'm not into that toxic masculinity. I just
okay.
I don't care. I don't give a shit. And I'm like, there we go.
Right.
Because that's that. Now, I'm not saying masculinity.
Right.
I'm saying that
the toxic
masculinity is a big thing that is had a very, very negative impact on a lot of the men in a couple of our generations.
Yes.
So
yeah.
like finding one that recognizes it
Mm-hmm.
and goes the other way,
right.
I think is a really big green flag.
For sure.
Let's just say there.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so yeah, I'm trying to remember. I should have re-listened to that episode. I just hate listening to myself from the past.
Okay.
But yeah, you were saying you had just met him, or like not just met him, like you had met him. You guys had been dating for like
we were
a little bit.
It was
solidified. I feel like you were in
point.
like that in between stage where like maybe he was going to move in, or like I feel like that's where you guys were at that point.
Were we?
I don't know.
Well, he moved in.
Yeah. Well, I know
it's been solidified. It's solidified. He ain't going nowhere.
Like you guys were together, but then it was like
we adopted a cat together.
Right.
He ain't going nowhere.
Well, and if he does, guess who gets to keep the cat? You.
Yeah. Because now she loves me more. No. So yeah, I had a lot of dates in a short period of time,
mm-hmm.
and some of them were all right, and some of them were horrible. And then once I had this one, it made sense.
Right. When it clicks, it clicks.
Yeah.
When you know, you know.
And I think one thing that's kind of important, especially with the profiles,
mm-hmm.
is what are they trying to show you?
Right.
Are they trying to give off that I'm this fucking manly man and I
yeah.
Like, is that what they're trying to give off? Because if that's what they're trying to give off,
take it at face value.
That's what they are.
Yeah.
You know? If you look at it and you realize like, hey, this is a normal person. This is a chill person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not a bunch of like shirtless fucking holding a fish pictures. It's like, I don't know, maybe a goofy smile or a goofy face.
Someone showing off their actual personality and not the stereo. You hit it on the nail, like hit it on the head. The shirtless guy with the fish. It's like I saw a Family Guy episode recently, and they literally made fun of that. Yeah. Like it's just like.
Show me who you are, not who you're trying to be.
Yeah, some like uniqueness, some individuality. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, like that's really not going to hook me either. No pun intended, because I don't like fishing. So, other than your amazing love life and boyfriend, what else you've been focusing and working on?
We started a business together, and the first part of the business was me live streaming. Mm-hmm. So I have started live streaming on Twitch. I am hamster brain, which is a way I literally describe my brain to my psychiatrist that made him say, yeah, you do have ADHD. So my name is literally a metaphor for ADHD, which I think is amusing. But yeah, so I try to live stream like 4 to 5 days a week, usually during the week. Mostly, yes, for entertainment. I'm streaming video games. I also never claim to be good, so I will be that person that'll stream a retro video game for the first time and you'll watch them die 100 times in a row. It's what it is, you know. I also stream a lot of Magic the Gathering, which is basically the biggest trading card game worldwide. It also has an online base, so I play online, but we also have a company where we sell the cards, like IRL cards,
right.
So we have
that they can add like to their deck and
to
play
their real
with,
decks, yeah. Because Magic the Gathering, as you might notice in its name, it's meant to be played with people. It's a gathering.
Right.
So it's something that started in the 90s. And it's a card game. You'll build your deck.
Right.
You know, you might have your own theme or a special card you love, but, you know, you build your deck and you play with friends.
Right.
And over the years, it's just grown.
So, like, okay, like, I'm thinking back to, like, when I was a kid. I remember, like, Pokemon was the big thing. And I remember I had, like, a family friend that was really into, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I didn't understand any of it.
Yeah.
But like, how does that like Magic the Gathering compared to like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and like what's the other one? Like Dragon Ball Z or something like that.
So I'd say Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z. I believe all of them originated in Japan. If not Japan, somewhere in the area.
Okay.
And they have the card game, they have video games, they have cartoons.
Yeah, it's a full franchise.
It's a full thing. And Pokemon is definitely the biggest.
For sure.
Like worldwide, it has become they've become investments.
Yeah.
Some of these like graded cards will be worth thousands.
Right.
So it's something that you play, but a lot of people, it's something they collect.
Okay.
With Magic the Gathering, it is more like 90% people getting these cards because they play with them.
Okay.
So it's a game.
So it's more they want to add to like their personal collection to like, what am I trying to, like, for like a purpose, as opposed to just saying like they have the card in their collection.
Yeah, because a lot of times with Pokemon, people will be like, I want all versions of the Eevee, or I want all versions of Pikachu that I can find, and that will be their goal.
Okay.
Finding those cards, building their collection. And I'd say more with Magic the Gathering, people build their collection because they want to play with it.
Okay.
And they want to make better decks, and they want to get competitive, and they want to maybe go professional and get on these freaking like all pro tours where people.
What does a pro tour look like? Like, I'm picturing like poker, but for like nerds.
Kind of. Kind of. So there's different kinds. There's drafted and there's constructed.
Okay.
So constructed is where they are building their decks and bringing it to play.
Okay.
And playing against other people and other decks and tournament style to see, who has the best deck or who played it the best.
Okay.
And with I think I said limited or drafted is kind of a cool I feel like it's a more interesting version. It usually happens when like new sets come out.
Okay.
But what it is you'll have, say, 4 people, and they'll all have 3 or 4 packs. Each of them, they'll open that pack. They'll look through the cards.
Oh, without knowing what was in it to begin with.
Yeah. So they look through these cards and they go, which of these 2 cards do I want to keep from my deck?
Oh.
And they'll take those cards and then they'll pass them.
Oh.
So you're building the deck as you go. And you're also like playing, like trying to figure out what other people
I feel like that's more fun than seeing like someone's like strategy.
It's a more fun level.
Yeah.
For sure. I do believe the constructed are usually like the higher, more intense, like competitive level.
I can feel like I can picture the people.
I mean, these tournaments, they're thousands of dollars.
This is serious business.
It's serious
business.
Like,
I feel like the drafted would be something like fun to do. Constructed would be something like, no, we're doing this.
There are a couple different podcasts that I watch where it is drafted.
Oh, okay.
Where the process, and I'm going to shout it out because I love it. But,
no, please.
I want to say, it's Ben Bateman. He is in LA. And I believe it's is it Shuffle Up? Is it Pack It Up? It's this chaos wall, but they randomly choose packs and then they all draft together.
So it's like a group of people on a podcast, just like kind of live doing it on the podcast. Okay. Fun.
Yeah. So that's a fun one to watch, especially if you're trying to understand what drafting is.
Right.
Because they're talking about, okay, I've got this card or I got this card. These are awesome.
So they're also
build a deck on this.
The people listening, like how to.
Yeah.
What am I trying to say? Deal show? That's tequila, man. It got me already. And we're talking about something I don't know about and I'm drinking. We're in for a ride, guys.
Yeah, it's definitely informational.
Right. That's what I'm trying to go for.
Yeah.
Informative.
Let's just say I would not be mad if I got to play on one of Ben Bateman's episodes.
Why don't we make that a goal? Why don't we try to get you on this podcast?
Hi, Ben. Let's collab. I'm in LA too.
That would be fun. Why not? I mean,
not me tagging him in this later.
Let's have dreams. we need dreams and goals.
I can drive there. You don't gotta fly me in.
There There you go.
But yeah, so his is cool because it's called a chaos wall, where they're gonna get different packs from different sets from different eras. Like sometimes it'll be the newest pack.
Oh, so like it's going from all the way from like 90s all the way to
from
now.
what is called like the alpha, the beta, like the original sets. It's really cool. I've learned a lot from watching his stuff, just with the exposure of like sets I haven't seen yet.
Right.
Because this is a game that I actually played for a year or two, maybe like 15 years ago.
Okay.
And then stopped playing, lost all of my cards in a breakup, and moved on with my life.
Yeah.
But then once I started playing it again at the beginning of this year, it was one of those like, I forgot how much I love this game. Right. This game is so good. I forgot how much I love it. So it's been really cool to jump into the community, one as a streamer and two as a dealer, as a vendor.
And you said you've been going to like
card shows.
I was gonna say conventions, but when I asked you that before, you were like, it's smaller scale. Yeah, so card shows.
I feel like when someone says convention,
I'm
it's
thinking
like
of like
annual. It's like Comic-Con, which is once a year and huge. And if you were to take that and make it happen like every week, so that it's a lot smaller, and then that's exactly what it is.
It's a small convention. Yeah, it's a localized.
It's a local show. It's like a market.
Yeah,
it's like a market.
Yeah.
One thing I like about the fact that we have gone into this Magic the Gathering like dealer position is that there is a need for people that sell singles, because not everyone wants to go buy a whole box and crack open the packs and try to figure out if they can make a deck from these cards, and then they're going to have these extra cards that they're like, what do I do with? Like there are definitely a good majority of the community. I'm pretty sure that's how we built our decks. Like when I played back in the day, was you buy the singles you want.
Right.
You know, you either buy them online, you go to a local store, you go to a card show, and you've got the cards you're looking for, and that's how you build your deck.
Yeah.
So being able to just like get boxes, and one, cracking packs is fun. Anyone who's packed a like crack of trading cards knows it's like, I need another one. Because especially when you pull something good,
right?
Because it's exciting.
Yeah.
But we get to crack those, and then we list them, and we're like, here you go. What do you want?
Right.
We got them all. We got a bunch of these common cards and price them accordingly. Obviously, like it's one of those things where it's like it's a business, but also I really care about the customer service aspect.
Yeah, I'm not
gonna rip people off.
Right. Exactly. So like, okay.
I believe in karma. I'm not going to rip people off.
What's like the normal price of just like the average card?
So
let's say it's like not like a valuable, super in demand card.
Let's say a majority of my Magic the Gathering supply, each of those cards are worth under 50 cents.
Okay.
But there are a lot of cards that are $1, $2, $5. And those are the cards people are usually looking for.
Right.
But there's also people that'll be like, I need each of these, and they are all 15-cent cards.
Okay.
One of the pages or one of the websites we sell on the most is called Manapool. It's probably the biggest Magic the Gathering card supplier online store. And so Hamster Brain is on there, and they go to 15 cents is the lowest.
Okay.
They go for the cards. Some people will refer to them as like penny cards.
Okay.
But those are like the commons. Those are the ones that if you open a box, you're going to be like, okay, I have 12 copies of this card.
Yeah.
You know,
you have like an overload of them, and you're like, I have this one.
But you're also going to pull cards that are like the uncommons, the rares, the mythics. You know,
is the mythic the most rare of them all?
Usually.
Like the unicorn of it?
I'd say with Magic, that's like the highest ranked.
Okay.
Absolutely. But then you also have foil versions of cards, which sometimes people just want their decks to be pretty. You know, like there are things that you need, like it's almost like the money of the deck. It's the mana. It's the energy that you need to play other cards. And you can get just super basic ones that are just like, yes, this is a plains, or you can get really pretty artistic ones. Like there are full art versions.
Like you want like the aesthetic version of it. I think that's what I would do if I was like doing this.
Yeah,
I would want like, when you said foil cards, I'm assuming shiny.
Yes.
I would want the shiny cards.
Yes,
I want my deck to look pretty.
Exactly.
And I'm like a bird. I get distracted by something shiny. I'm like, oh.
There's times when I'll look through our orders, or I'll go to like pull an order, and I'm like, oh, this person ordered all full art lands. I love them. They're my people. I get it. I'm here for you.
Right.
So yeah, that's been cool, and we have been selling at card shows, and we have a wide variety of stuff. We have some Pokemon, we have some Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, you're not just focused on Magic.
We have One Piece, we have sports cards. Now we do have a majority of Magic, but we got a bunch of stuff.
You like to appeal to a wide variety of buyers.
And on a personal level, Magic is what we know and we like the most.
Right. What you're the most knowledgeable on.
Absolutely. What we're the most familiar with.
Yeah.
So it's also the one that we know the best.
Yeah, of course.
So
you can talk about it and give your wisdom.
And sometimes it's like, well, we're here so that we can just build our own decks. This is what this is for, because we like Magic.
Yeah.
But it's been a lot of fun. And it's been interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, just meeting different people and
seeing
the way they are, and I mean, I've worked in hospitality, I've worked in sales, I've done it all. So being behind a table and being like, hey, how's it going? You want yeah,
right? You're used to that.
It comes so easy to me.
Of course, yeah.
And Dylan acknowledges it, and he loves it. He's like, you're the star.
So
you just tell me what
work like in front of the people, and he's kind of behind the scenes, like getting it done, helping you get it done.
Yeah, he talks to people too.
Yeah, But let's be honest, you're the star.
I'm the introverted extrovert.
Yeah,
he's the introvert.
Yeah, you're the Leo.
I'm the Leo.
Oh my God, what an idiot I am! We didn't even discuss this at the beginning because I got excited about my stupid martini. I talked about this last week, that the entire month of August is going to be co-hosted and guested by fellow Leos, because I collect Leos like infinity stones apparently, and I had enough to fill the whole month. So Jackie is our first Leo co-host. I forgot to talk about that because I got excited about a martini I've never tried before.
We got excited, okay.
Because me having not tried a martini, that's ridiculous. Come on. So anyway, yes, Jackie is our first Leo guest. We welcome her with our Leo energy. Back to
loud and proud.
Back to you being the Leo and star of the show.
Yeah, that part. It's Leo season.
It's Leo season.
And oh my God. We don't want to talk about how old I am.
Yeah, okay, so she's always...
We will.
But yeah, she was always like talking about... Because, I mean, I know she's older than me. Like, but if you look at her, if you talk with her, if you interact with her, you're not thinking anything really about her age, I guess is what I'm attempting to get at.
Yeah, you don't look...
I don't look at you as like you being like my older sister.
Yeah, but I totally could.
But you could be.
I could be. Because I've turned 40.
Yes. Yeah, because when this episode comes out, it will be 2 days after her birthday.
So when you see this, I've turned 40. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out, okay?
How are we feeling?
I hate it. I'm not looking forward to it.
No.
I think that I will get over it. So
watch, the day's going to come and go, and you're going to be like, whatever.
So one of my longtime best friends, her birthday is just a few months before mine. And I talked to her recently, and I was like, how was it? How did you feel?
She didn't explode into ash.
She was like, it's it's just making me think about taking care of my body more. And I'm like, okay.
Fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And I already make myself stretch every day. So
I feel like if we took better care of ourselves in our 20s, we wouldn't be thinking this much about it in our 30s.
Yeah.
Because we were a little rowdy.
Yeah. But I mean, there is my one biggest what do I call it? My secret weapon of staying.
I already know what you're going to say.
Young. You do.
I already know it.
You knew. You know. You're right on board. Don't have kids if you don't want to age, okay?
She's been, I mean, long since before I think I met her, she's been on her, I don't want to have kids. And she's never wavered, and you know what you want or don't want.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, and even mentally, I've always said, if I ever found myself in a place where I did want kids, they don't need to be mine. Fair. I would rather adopt, you know? Yeah. And even now, I'm like, it takes enough effort for me to take care of myself. Like,
trying to get yourself up and get ready and face the day.
You mean I have to keep another human being alive besides myself?
Legally.
Let's not. Let's not. I'm good.
You can let yourself fall apart. That's fine. But legally, you do have to take care of that little child.
Yeah, I got my hands full with me and my 2 cats. I'm good. Or 2 cats.
Fair. Well, cheers to that.
So I've been streaming and doing the TCG thing, and
TCG
is trading card games.
There we go.
So things that fall under that umbrella would be Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, One Piece, any of those. There's probably 100 more that aren't as important. So yeah, we've been doing that, and with the live streaming too. So I don't just live stream Magic the Gathering. I do other games too.
Yeah, I saw you on your profile. It was like you were playing some like shark game, and it wasn't a shark game, but it looked like you were in like a pirate ship.
So that's gonna be Sea of Thieves.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the game that got me into streaming.
Oh, okay.
So that is the game that the content from that game and some of the creators that I saw, like that was a game that inspired me to start streaming.
Okay.
It's had that game has had its ups and downs.
Oh.
We're not going to get into that.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Okay. If there are people that are like Sea of Thieves, yes, I know there's drama. We're not going to get into that.
Oh, there's drama. I thought it was like a technical thing, but
no,
there's drama.
It's like a Discord drama with a player that was a bad person.
Oh boy.
That
okay.
might have been protected by someone in the company, and so some people are like the company, but the game, and I'm like, I don't know that guy.
I'm just trying to play a game.
I'm like, I don't know that guy.
Yeah.
I wasn't even in the Discord. I don't claim to be family friendly, so I don't play with underage kids. Like, yeah, we're just gonna go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else do you play?
So I do Arc Raiders. I do Fortnite. Did I really just do that? Fortnite. I like to play some retro stuff because I'm a child of the 90s, so I've been playing through like the old Sonic the Hedgehog and like games like that.
I feel like I'm like not obviously a gamer, but the only game I ever remember playing like on like PlayStation was at my grandpa's because he was rich and fancy. I didn't grow up rich and fancy, even though I'd like people to think I did, but I didn't. But he always had Crash Bandicoot.
That's a good one.
When we were talking about just like doing our episode, I was thinking back, like, do I have anything I could talk about? And that was the only one I ever played.
I do remember playing Crash Bandicoot on the original PlayStation when I was younger too.
Like, I remember I was like, I'm trying to like think of like how old I was. Like,
that's a good game.
7, 8-ish. I remember you hit the mask and he'd go booga booga, and he'd be like safe from like.
I just swept it.
It's okay. Okay. And you'd be like safe from like all the dangers or whatever. Yeah. But that's like the only game
that's a good one.
I ever played.
Dylan has been trying to get me to play that again. So that is on my list.
So it still exists then?
Yeah, because the thing with a lot of those games is that it comes out and then another version comes out.
Right.
And then 2 comes out. And then Bandicoot, like Crash Bandicoot Unloaded, or that's not a thing. I'm just making it up. But
well, you might now.
It'll be like version 2, version 3, version 4. Like
you're constantly updating.
Yeah, like every couple, sometimes every couple of years, a new version will come out.
Yeah.
So Crash Bandicoot is still alive in the community.
Good to know. It's the only one I know, so glad to know he's still ooga booging somewhere.
He is. He is. He's big in the speedrunning community too. So there's a thing with video games, especially a lot of the older ones, is that players will speedrun them.
Okay.
And it's how quickly can they finish the game.
Oh, okay.
You know, and so we watch this thing every year. Good, I want to say it's Good Games Done Quick, something along those lines. And it's speedrunning and it's for charity.
Oh,
and
fun.
it's a cool thing. So I know we were watching that recently, and I remember one of the Crash Bandicoots being on there.
Oh, fun.
So not only is it alive, it's alive in the speedrunning community, which means that they play it a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of my streams are video games, but I'm very open about mental health. I like to be very open about like what I'm dealing with in the moment in my mental health. I just in a nutshell, you know, getting my ADHD diagnosis, being in therapy for years, being, you know, medicated and finding the proper medication, and then losing my insurance and losing some medication and learning how to adjust without all of the tools that I had.
Right.
It's been a lot. So that's something that I've been trying to be open about and honest about, because it's hard. Yeah. And especially, you know, sometimes there are people that are like, gosh, I have this issue and I don't know why.
Yeah.
You know, why do I think this way? Well, it might not be your fault. It might just be ADHD, or it might be autism, or it might be some flavor of neurospicy, which is really what I like to. That's what I like to call it.
Neurospicy. I love that.
As opposed to neurodivergent, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, but neurotypical and neurospicy, there's a lot of different flavors.
For sure.
You know, they say, well, autism is a spectrum. I feel like ADHD is a range and a spectrum in its own kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, you can have bits and pieces. And I do like to be an open place for people to talk about that kind of things. Like, it's okay if you're having a rough day.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
You can have a rough day. We'll talk about it. And then let's have some fun.
Right. Because
what else are you going to do? Like, it's okay to acknowledge when you're having a bad day.
Right.
But you got to find a way to pick yourself up.
Yeah. You can wallow for a little bit if you want, but eventually we got to get on with it.
Yeah.
We got to move.
And there are days when it's hard.
For sure.
I've had days where I've had to cancel streams and just been like, I don't have it in me.
Yeah.
You know, and when I do come back, I'm like, hey, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you for remembering I'm here. I know I wasn't here for you. Thank you for being here for me.
Right.
You know, because it's a community.
Yeah.
So that is something that I like to be open about.
Right.
There are things we don't talk about on stream. I don't talk about politics on stream. I don't talk about religion on stream. We're not going to talk about those things on stream because
this is a place for
joy.
Yes.
You know.
And usually politics and religion don't have a great community sense unless you guys are all on the same page. And if you're not on the same page, then it just becomes anarchy.
I will say the one time that politics did come up in stream, it like ended with one of the viewers being like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, of course.
Fucking unfollowing and leaving the Discord. And I'm like, you know what? It happens.
Yeah, what can we do? Yeah, politics are rough. We'll actually get into that later. Stay tuned.
Yeah, later. Not yet. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm working on creating more content from it as well. It's hard when you're balancing ADHD and you have 800 things you want to do and you can't. You know, you got to be easy on yourself. You got to be nice to yourself.
Yeah. You've been diagnosed. I have not. I'm going off feels and vibes. I have an idea of what's wrong with me. I think I have a touch of ADHD with a splash of OCD. And I don't know, maybe something else is going on in there. I don't know. Because guess what? Insurance is really expensive.
Yeah.
And I know I do have a lot of listeners who don't live in the United States. And the thought of having to pay for insurance is an odd concept. Unfortunately, that's where we're at. And until this podcast is bringing in the buku bucks, mama don't have insurance. So we're just going off feels and vibes. And I do think I have some sort of something.
Yeah.
What it is exactly, couldn't tell you. Yeah. But it is hard when you have a lot of thoughts and ideas and you want to, you have a lot of goals, but you don't have a way to get to your goals because your brain is just kind of bouncing all over the place. Like, I know exactly what I want to do in my life. It's just, how do I get there?
Yeah.
I could tell you like 3 different ways on how I could do it, but I can't actually do it myself. You know, it's just like, it's a weird little cycle to like have your mind like, it's a little hamster wheel.
Yeah. So one way I like to put it is it's getting the hamsters in formation, which is hard because the bigger story of hamster brain is that my brain is like 35 to 40 hamsters all stuck in a skate park going different directions. Some are wearing skates, some are on skateboards. There's a couple that are on ice skates. I have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Someone's taking a nap in the corner. We got this one jerking off. Like, they're all doing their own thing. Okay. But I work best when they all get in formation. Yeah. When they are all doing the same routine and they know the choreography. Yeah. It's when they're all doing their own thing that I'm like,
yeah, you're trying to figure out what the hell to do.
And that's when you get that sense of overwhelm. It's the overwhelm or the overstimulated that I feel like it's the overwhelm that used to happen that I was like, where's it coming from? Yeah. And it's from the overthinking. And it sucks. Yeah. And I will say I'm grateful that I at least had a portion of time where I was like 100% at a perfect medication and like in therapy to a point where I almost was like, do I even need therapy anymore? You know, I was like, we can do every other week. You know, I got to a very good point that when I did lose my insurance and the medications that I was not able to stockpile. Right. I was like, okay, at least I know. Like, I'm having this little bit of a breakdown in my head emotionally, but at least I know why. Right. Whereas before the therapy, before the medication, before the diagnosis, I would have these breakdowns and I would say, why do I feel like this? You didn't
understand the reason or like the thought behind it.
And it was literally like, your brain is feeling so many things and you're just asking yourself, why do I feel like this?
And you get stuck. Yeah.
And then you just cry.
Yeah. And then you do crying. Nothing about it. So then you
keep crying. Yeah. And you keep crying. And then you can't stop crying. Yeah. So I am grateful for the fact that I at least was able to get those tools. And which I think is part of why I'm so open to talk about mental health when I'm streaming. Because I at least was able to gain some tools that not everyone has. Right. You know, and it took work for me to get those tools working. But hearing them is the first step. Right. Which is why one thing that I like to say at the end of every stream is to tell my people to be nice to yourself.
Because we're not nice to ourselves. She said that to me earlier and I was like, I think I'm going to need to hear that a couple more times because I'm like my biggest bully.
And I like to point at him. Be nice to yourself.
There you go.
It's important. Because I have to remind myself to be nice to myself. Right. Because I've always been my biggest critic. Yeah. When you're your biggest critic, you know how to make yourself feel like shit. Yeah. Stop making yourself feel like shit.
For sure.
Other people will do that for you.
Yeah. Right. For real. It's the sad part of it. You don't need to do it to yourself. Others will do it for you.
And then the next thing you learn is water off a duck's back.
Yeah. But that comes with time. Exactly. And age.
You got to keep telling yourself that over and over again. That I would like to just say thank you, Jinx Monsoon, for drilling that into my head. There's a drag queen from Drag Race, and that was what she said a lot on her season. Because she was bullied a lot on her season. And really? She won her season because she was amazing. But you would see her just saying to herself, water off a duck's back, water off a duck's back. Let the haters' words be water off a duck's back. Right. Because the water just
slides right off.
I know. I always bring like jokes, but I bring some words of wisdom too. Because I'm old.
So old. Oh my God. So old. So, all right. Before you got into the card trade, what did you call it?
TCG.
TCG and all that. Yeah. You were in the hospitality industry, which is what we teased in our last episode eons ago. Yeah. We were going to talk about hospitality horror stories.
Yeah. So even though I'm not full-time in hospitality, I do still dabble in hospitality.
You still have your toes are still wet.
I still have my connections. I still have my gigs. The toes are, they're still wet. I'm not there full-time, but I think that's one of those things about me that I will never lose.
Yeah.
Like, because there's such a close connection between hospitality, sales, and customer service.
For sure.
So,
okay, when did you get into the hospitality industry?
So what's funny is I would say it depends on what you consider hospitality. Now, if we want to say, when did I first get into food service?
There you go. Let's start with that.
13.
Oh boy.
Now, when I first got into like more of a fine dining direction, I would say it was 2019.
Okay.
So I was trying to like change jobs and find more flexibility so that I could chase acting.
Yeah.
Which I've done so many things. I did real great there. You know? All jokes aside, it's hard to balance so many things when you're undiagnosed and you don't know what your mental issues are. When you are trying to survive in a neurotypical world, not realizing that you have a spice to you.
Yeah.
So, where was I? What was I saying?
When did you get started in hospitality?
Yeah, so I'd say it was 2019 that I started focusing on fine dining.
Okay.
Which is just, if there's food service and then there's hospitality, which is where the fine dining starts.
Okay, so then what's been like the favorite place? Because you've worked at a lot of different places. In knowing you over however many years, I don't even know how many, you have worked at so many different places. Not to say that you changed jobs a lot. You just have always been like busy. You're always working. Do you change jobs?
Sorry, side note. I moved to LA about 10 years ago, so we probably met about 10 years ago.
Oh my God.
I know.
How old am I right now?
Like pretty close.
That makes sense.
Like pretty close, because I actually moved the May before I turned 30.
And I'm thinking about where we met.
Yeah, and it was around that time. It was around that time.
So I was 22. Oh,
yeah.
What a baby.
Isn't that crazy? I know. Realizing that it's been 10 years since I've been in LA.
I'm just thinking about 10 years.
Which I am a California baby. I am a California baby.
Just not a LA native.
I am a Southern California baby.
Right.
Okay.
You're like, wait, hold on.
I'm a transplant, but not from far. Okay.
Right. Oh, that just took the wind out of my sails.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right.
Best and worst.
Yeah. What's your best? Give us your best first, because worst is more fun, and we'll say that for last.
So I think that the best spot I actually worked, and when I say best, I mean the level of hospitality, the quality of food, and just the place that I would want to dine the most.
Yeah.
Was Fia Steak in Santa Monica.
Okay.
And sadly, I'm sad I left. I'm just gonna say that. High quality food. Mm-hmm. The most incredible steak. Like, I learned so much about steaks being there.
Yeah.
And about dry aging and about different cuts and the quality of food. These dishes that they would come out with, I would take a bite and I would be like, are you fucking joking right now? Like, is this real?
Yeah.
Are you kidding? They were Michelin mentioned. Mm-hmm. For sure. They deserved stars. And the team that I worked with, even though they weren't perfect, and I have my criticisms about some of them, they were still amazing.
There's always, one. At least one that you're just like,
I had I'll mention him because he won't mind.
We've been mentioning people by name at this point. So
here's the thing. If I say something nice, I'm going to mention them. If I say something mean, I might just not mention their name.
Or you could, and we could get the drama really started.
Yeah, it just depends. We'll see. We'll see
what happens. We'll see what happens when we move on to worst.
But one of my coworkers, Jesse, I nicknamed him the Showman.
Okay, I feel like I know where you're going with this, but continue.
Because he just put on such a show at his tables, and he was probably in his early 60s. But like didn't give early 60s.
You know what? I was thinking of a 21-year-old wannabe actor.
No.
That's what I was thinking of.
No.
So never mind.
I mean, you were close because he is an actor. But
I'm thinking of like that Gen Z, not to start drama with Gen Z.
Fuck you, Gen Z.
But that Gen Z, like, I was thinking that kind of vibe. But never mind. All right.
I'm kidding. I love
Continue.
Gen Z. Okay. No, like this guy had been serving since before I was born.
Right.
Like he had been in the industry so long, and it was one of those where he didn't even need to know what he was selling to be able to sell it. Okay. And he could just put on a show and make people feel amazing. Like there's no other way for me to describe how he was than this physical image right here.
So you gotta be watching on YouTube to see what she's doing.
But I love it. I love it. He was a show.
Yeah.
He was an actor and he put on the show.
Right.
And it was different things like that have just specific level, because there's a level of hospitality to him that is unmatched. Mm-hmm. Because he made those people feel so special.
Right. Yeah, you left the diner being like, that guy was cool.
That guy was amazing.
Yeah.
You know, did you see what he did with the plates? And like, dude, he let us pick our own knives. I'm not going to lie. I didn't let my tables pick their own knives. I brought them to him.
Yeah, you weren't trying to do extra work. Are you crazy?
I was like, I do love some of that, but like, I got a lot to do.
Yeah, you're like, I got like 10 tables now.
So there was a lot of things that like he would do that I'm just like,
right.
Good shit.
Sophia's Steakhouse, Santa Monica, top tier.
Top tier. Absolutely.
Let's go worst of the worst. Because that's not fun to talk about.
I don't mind saying this one because the restaurant's closed.
Okay.
And if the owners want to come for me, they can. So, one of the places that I worked at for a long time was Olivetta.
I remember that place.
They had a sister restaurant for a while. It was called Isama.
Yes.
And it was located...
And Isama's the one I went to.
Yes.
Okay.
It was located in a hotel.
Yes.
Isama was basically born from COVID.
Right. I do remember that.
Mm-hmm. Because when COVID shut all the restaurants down, Olivetta had not been open very long. Mm-hmm. And they were like, what are we going to do?
Right.
So they got a deal with this hotel and their outdoor pool area to make an outdoor dining area.
Yes.
Because that was the thing.
Not the worst idea.
It wasn't the worst idea. So while outdoor dining was a thing, Olivetta on holiday, I think is what they were calling it, was operating there.
Yeah.
And once they were able to do indoor dining, Olivetta went back home and they opened a second restaurant.
Yeah.
Which was Isama. Mm-hmm. And it was a shit show. I worked there the whole time Isama was open.
Okay.
Because I was there when it was Olivetta, and then when they split up the employees, I stayed there. And it was fun. Right. Like that's the thing, it was a fun place to work. But I don't know if any of the staff was sober ever.
I was about to say something and then I was like, I feel like maybe if you watch this back on YouTube, you're going to see my wheels turning. Like, I was going to say something. I was like, no.
I don't think it was really hard to work there and be sober.
I understand the environment.
That place definitely, if there was a point when I had gotten my drinking under control, that place fucked me up. And it was just, nothing was in place. Mm-hmm. And then management didn't quite know what they were doing, and then management left, and then owners said,
is it too much of a turntable of people not knowing what's going on? Like, are they rotating their staff too much to where there's no consistency?
A little bit. And it was also it was great when there was no competition.
Oh, so during COVID, it was great.
Yes, but once more and more things opened up, it was struggling.
It doesn't have the high standards that other restaurants in the area had.
Yeah.
So nobody wants to go back to the crap place.
Not even that. It's harder when you're in a hotel.
That too.
You don't get as much cross traffic when you're in a hotel.
You just get the hotel.
It's harder to see. It's harder to see. You do get people that come in, but not as much.
I would have never known that place was there unless while you were working there, you took me there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because you walk by and you don't notice it. You walk by a restaurant, you see the restaurant.
Exactly.
You walk by a hotel, you see the hotel.
Exactly.
You don't think, what kind of restaurant is here?
For sure.
But yeah, it was real fun. It was fun until it was
not fun.
And that place shut down unexpectedly.
Okay.
And when I say unexpectedly, I mean the employees at the other restaurant knew before we did.
Oh, that's nice. Did they know because that means people were going to come in to take their shifts away from them, or the people at Isama were screwed?
Isama was screwed.
Okay.
The people at Isama were screwed. And it was like, I actually think too that it was the busboys. Like it was the server assistants that were still friends with the ones at the other restaurant. And people at Oliveto were hearing that Isama was closing, and they were telling the Isama employees that Isama was closing. And so that's how people found out on like a Friday night that we were going to be closing. And at that point, I was being like kind of moved into a leadership position.
I was going to say, weren't you bouncing between the two, and you were like basically going to be a manager, or you were a manager? Or
I was like working into a lead
like
position.
They were like trying to like train you to, not that you really need to train, but they were training you to like know the systems of both.
Yeah. And then like one manager had quit unexpectedly, and then another shift lead had to step up, and then I was like, I'll help. And then that Friday was that shift lead's last night because he had already put in his notice.
Oh boy.
And so then it's like we're like, what's going on? We're hearing we're closing. Like,
are we closing?
And they had us go in on that Saturday, and I was running the floor.
Okay.
I was basically in charge that night.
Yeah.
Half of my staff arrived drunk.
You know what? Like that was like my kind of place.
that was the one night, like that Friday night when everything was going down.
Because they probably arrived drunk, thinking like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
For sure.
Because that Friday night, I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I would have gone out with the staff too.
I was drinking hard Friday night. Saturday, like the anxiety and me like trying to run that night, I was like, I couldn't drink because I was like, if I drink, I'm going to throw up.
Oh no.
Now at the very end of the night, once we were done, once we saw what was happening, once
tequila.
Once we saw that the hotel had hired security to watch the doors because they were worried that the restaurant staff were going to start walking out with things because the restaurant owners owed the hotel money.
Mm-hmm. Like back rent from like COVID days?
I don't know if it was that long, but it was back rent.
Yeah. So, but like, why put it on the employee? I mean, look, I think anyone who watches or listens here knows I enjoy snatching a thing or two from a restaurant.
Yeah.
So don't worry, that's not above me, but I've never had security watch my ass.
Well, they wanted to make sure
the more famous this gets, I won't be allowed in the restaurant.
They wanted to make sure that we didn't take the big bottles of alcohol. That's what they were worried about.
Oh, I would be too scared to do that.
Because the hotel wanted to make sure they kept that because that was liquid. Well, I don't mean liquid, I mean liquid money.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I did take a couple things, but I took glassware that belonged to the restaurant, not the hotel.
See, that's what I like. I like the glassware. I like the ramekins.
Oh, it was so pretty. Plates. It was such pretty. It was these like, what's crazy is that they were these really pretty water glasses that they had already gotten most of them out, but there were a couple left behind. And one of them was my favorite. I was so stoked. I was like, oh God, this isn't mine.
It's a souvenir from every place you worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I will say that night before we all left, we all made sure to take a shot together. Right. But we weren't playing. Playing.
Your shot was a rocks glass?
No, it was like the shot that we all took.
Oh, it was like the highest end.
Oh, yeah. It was, what was it? The Clase Azul.
Yeah, with the bell.
With the bell. Yeah. The Anejo with the bell. That's what we all took. We're like, we won't go up.
I mean, what are they going to do at that point?
What were they going to do? We had all already lost our jobs.
Yeah.
Which is funny because actually we hadn't.
I was going to say, did they ever like formally say
that was the thing, is that we hadn't
this
lost our jobs.
Restaurant is closing?
They called us individually on Monday. So Friday we hear it's closing. Saturday is like quote unquote maybe the last night because we weren't open Mondays or we weren't open Sundays.
Yeah.
And so like they had the like 2 members of management that were still
left.
That were still there. Mm-hmm. call the employees individually and say, hey, just so you know, we're done.
You're like yeah, I know. That's why we drank the good alcohol.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, yeah, but
figured. That's like so shit. Like, just like thinking about it, like, okay, you don't know what somebody's financial situation is. What if somebody was really relying on making their rent for like on that week of pay?
Yeah. And especially because like here's the thing. We weren't delusional. We knew the writing was on the wall.
Yeah.
But we thought it was going to be New Year's.
Okay. And when was this?
Early December.
Ugh. Oh great. Just in time for the holidays.
Exactly.
Come on,
exactly.
Guys.
It was the first couple weeks of December. Like it might have been mid because it might have been like the late teens.
Okay.
But yeah, it was right before Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. Yeah. Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah. I was one of the only ones that was able to call in a favor to Olivetta and actually get a job.
Okay.
There was a couple of us that were, but
everyone else is fucked.
Most of our staff was screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think that would be your hospitality horror story? Or do you have something that's like...
Well, it depends on what you want to say a hospitality horror story. Because the worst guest I ever dealt with...
Let's do that.
...was at the best place I ever worked.
No, that's such a bummer.
Yeah, but it was Thanksgiving.
Oh, God. Okay.
I think I might have mentioned that to you before.
I feel like this story is like somewhat ringing a bell, but I couldn't tell you a specific.
Well, okay, so let's
set the scene.
Let's detour.
Okay.
None of my hospitality horror stories were really that bad because I grew up in a hospitality horror story.
You did. I don't remember if we talked about this at all last time.
I don't think we did.
I just know this story.
I'm pretty sure we didn't.
I don't think we did.
I'm pretty sure we didn't. And what I mean by that is, I mean, my grandma was horrible. She was horrible.
Which is interesting that you turned out like the person she would have bitched at.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And I would have been there going, okay, like,
okay, bitch.
The reason I was so good in restaurants was because I watched my grandma be horrible and I knew how to deal with her.
Yeah.
I knew how she needed to be dealt with. So no one was that bad. Because what type of a person goes to Taco Bell in the 90s when these are 79-cent tacos and says, excuse me,
no,
I need the cheese to be on top of the meat and then the lettuce, okay? Not the usual meat, lettuce, cheese. I need the cheese there, okay? That's how I'm ordering my tacos. And to open these tacos and take these tacos back and say, this is not how I ordered them. I want the cheese on the meat and the lettuce on top. Because if the lettuce falls off, that's fine. If you put the lettuce down and then the cheese falls off. I don't want to lose the cheese, and I want the cheese to melt on the meat.
And she's telling this to a minimum wage high school student who's like, I don't give a fuck.
They don't make enough for this. I can only imagine how many people went home after their shift talking about my grandma.
For sure.
And saying, let me tell you about this crazy, fat, white old lady. Because she was fat at the time.
Oh my God. Is she still alive?
No.
Okay, thank God. Not that I'm happy she's passed, but it's just like, wait, hold on.
No, I always said that one day I could write a stand-up comedy routine about my grandma, but it can't be till after she dies because it would break her. Because it's too honest.
Oh my God.
This is crazy bitch. So yes, when she
was the hospitality horror story.
She was the horror story. When you see your grandma act like that, you're like, I am embarrassed.
For sure.
And then when that same grandma says, can you go up to the counter and ask for napkins? And you're like, no.
I'm not getting up.
I was literally scared to go talk to them.
For sure. I mean, you got to figure, like, these people are going to, like, whatever food she sends back, whatever food she's getting back sent to her table, that has spit in it.
I would like to reiterate, 79-cent tacos
from Taco Bell.
This is in the 90s, okay?
Oh,
this is my childhood.
Okay, so do you have any advice for those who are listening and possibly currently in the industry and that maybe just need to power through. Or advice on where to go to get a better job or to keep your sanity.
Oh, okay.
A little.
Okay, I want to say something to anyone who works in a state where hospitality and food service workers make bullshit. Okay?
Oh, okay. I know
now we are in California, so we are really lucky because restaurant workers make like a legit minimum wage.
Yeah.
Like between $15 and $20 an hour, depending on where they are right now.
Plus tips.
And tips on top of that. I honestly, this is good. I'm about to get shady here. Okay. I honestly think that anyone who works in food service in a state where they pay you $2.15 an hour, quit. I think they should all quit. I think they should have no food service workers until those states realize how much they are scamming their hardest workers. Like, absolutely. If I lived in a state where they paid $2.15 and then was like tips on top, like,
no.
What are you doing?
It's like it doesn't even usually equate to minimum wage.
Like, at that point, get an OnlyFans. Like,
I mean, at this point, just get an OnlyFans no matter what.
For real. But like, literally.
Yeah.
It baffles me.
Yeah.
And it pains me. And it also reminds me how grateful I am to be in the state that I'm in.
For sure.
But back to real advice. But that is real advice. I do mean it. Yeah. I think those states the people in those states need to be like, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
And fix it.
For sure.
Because the problem is that there's such a boycott against tipping culture right now anyway.
Yeah.
That those people are being double screwed.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're being screwed.
Because now they're not making anything.
Actually, they're being triple screwed. They're being screwed by the government, they're being screwed by their employers, and they're being screwed by their customers.
Yeah.
Okay. Something needs to change in those states. Now, as far as in California and other states that
a general advice
care about their employees, because that is one thing, is California watches out for their food service workers, which is awesome. What I have to say is, first, just fucking don't let it get to you. People are going to be assholes. People are going to be assholes, and it has absolutely nothing to do with you.
True.
And two, which is honestly my biggest piece of advice that I don't know why more people don't think about, is take the time to upsell.
Oh, yeah.
Take the time to talk to your guests, to upsell, to find out what they need.
Yeah.
And don't leave money on the table.
Yeah.
Like, and that's something I say at card shows too, and I joke with Dylan about it, is like, I don't leave money on the table. Yeah. If there's money to be made, you make it. Because you're at work.
Yeah.
That's your job. You're supposed to make money. It's okay.
Yeah.
And if your guests come in complaining about how expensive it is, well, that's their problem.
Maybe they showed up. Else.
Yeah, maybe they should do a little research and decide if they can afford that place, because there's other places.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a big one. And if you can find a place that does automatic gratuity on every check, don't fucking leave.
Okay.
I only left because they burnt down. Okay. But places that do automatic gratuity, it's not everywhere. It's mostly in the bigger areas.
Yeah.
You see it more in like, you're going to see it in San Francisco. You're going to see it in a lot of LA spots too. But if you're a food service worker and you find a place that gives you that automatic gratuity, you keep it and you earn it.
Yeah.
I think a big problem with places that have automatic gratuity is that you'll have the employees that work hard and take care of it, and then you'll have the people that are like, whatever, we're going to get it anyway. Whatever, we're going to get the tip anyway.
So they don't bother.
Yeah. And yeah, you are going to get the tip. But are they going to come back?
Yeah.
Are they going to spend more? Are they going to spend again?
Yeah.
Like, it's not an easy job if you do it right.
Yeah.
If you don't care, then it's an easy job and you're not going to make anything.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like that advice.
Thanks.
Okay, let's cheers back in, because you guys don't know this, but we just took a cut. We refilled our espresso tequila martinis.
And had a pee break.
and had a pee break.
Because that's important when you're having a drink.
Yeah. No, it is. I had been thinking about, actually, I don't know how this episode is going to edit, but at least while we've been talking for like the past 30 minutes, I was like, I need to pee. I need to pee. I need to pee. And it was slowly becoming more of an emergency until finally I was like, you want to stop to have a pee break?
Yes. Yes, I do.
All right. So you gave us great advice for anyone going into hospitality, anyone who's currently in it. Unfortunately, there were a couple gremlins who did not get your advice in time, and we have a couple gremlin hospitality horror stories, which you do not know what they are. I kept them hidden from her because I was like, I need her to blind react to these. I feel like I know her very well. I feel like I know what she's gonna say and at what moments she's gonna say it. So we're gonna get started. Let's see. They are both signed, so we don't have any anonymous.
Ooh.
The first, okay, also let me actually preface this by saying we had teased in episode 3 that you were going to come back and we were going to talk about hospitality horror stories. I can specifically see you saying it. You were like, hospitality horror stories.
Yep, I remember. And then mental health happened.
And then shit hit the fan.
I was not available.
But sorry. Somebody heard that.
Good.
So that is where our first hospitality horror story comes from.
I would just like to say thank you for your patience.
There we go. Rosie, we thank you for your patience. So Rosie says, I heard in a past episode you're looking for submissions revolving around hospitality horror stories. I'm here to tell you about the nightmare of a job I had when I was 19 and desperate for work. I had gotten a job at a well-known chain restaurant as a server. It was my summer job that I was happy to get since I had just moved out of my parents' house and into my first apartment with my boyfriend. This restaurant had a very well-known happy hour, and the city I live in is right on the beach, so the crowds are young, rowdy, and not very big tippers. I was new and still learning the ropes, one of them being that my manager was a bitch. She was rude to anyone who wasn't in her clique. But I still tried to remain positive and friendly. One shift, there was a group of about 10 loud, drunk girls. Luckily, I wasn't their server, so I didn't have to deal with them directly, but everyone could hear them. It was almost time to clock out, so I had closed or shifted all of my tables and was getting ready to cash out with the bitchy manager. She let me know that she needed me to complete a task before I clocked out in 10 minutes. She said it was a simple bathroom sweep. I didn't know any better and accepted it, thinking I just needed to make sure there was toilet paper stocked. When I opened the bathroom, the smell hit me immediately. I looked around and there is vomit everywhere.
This bitch.
I knew you were going to say that. I just stand there shocked, and then my manager comes up behind me with a mop, gloves, and bleach, and smugly asks me to clean it real quick before I leave.
No.
I was young, dumb, and spineless, so I just did it.
I'm so sorry, Rosie.
I stayed
I'm so sorry.
45 minutes past my shift, and when I went to clock out, the manager said she took care of it for me. It was horrible.
She clocked her out so early.
So she didn't get her overtime. It was horrible. I went home in tears that night because I just couldn't believe what happened. I spent the entire summer at that job before I was able to quit for a better opportunity, and I refuse to eat at that restaurant chain to this day. Rosie.
I want to know if it's Applebee's or Chili's or
like
I thought Red Robin.
I thought it was Applebee's or Chili's because she said a very well-known happy hour, and I'm like, it's got to be one of the two.
Yeah.
She won't say because she's classy, unlike myself, who would be outing these people.
You know, I used to reference Applebee's all the time.
Did you ever work at Applebee's?
Absolutely the fuck not. And it's because I would work in these nice restaurants, and I'm like, this is what we're doing. We're elevating standards. This isn't fucking Applebee's.
Oh, so okay, I get what you're saying.
So yeah, I get it.
Imagine if it's not Applebee's and you're just running them through the mud, though.
I don't give a fuck. Applebee's knows what they are. Okay, they know what they are.
I kind of feel like it was a Chili's. I don't know why.
Could have been a Red Robin. It could have been.
Does Red Robin serve alcohol?
I think so.
I don't think they do. Sure.
They're a real restaurant.
Are they?
They're a real restaurant.
Again, there's no Red Robin around here. I don't fucking know.
My mom and my sister both worked at Red Robin at one point.
And then at some point I thought Outback, but I felt like it was like too rowdy to be an Outback.
Yeah, too rowdy to be an Outback.
Anyone who doesn't live in America is like, I don't understand what you ladies are talking about.
Yeah. The story's giving Applebee's. For sure.
I thought so too.
Applebee's. So that actually reminded me of something that happened.
Ooh, share with the class.
My very first like real restaurant job was when I was 16. It was Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh.
Yeah, I worked at Chuck E. Cheese for
Is that why you don't want to have kids to this day?
It probably solidified it for me.
Okay.
Probably. I'm not going to lie. It probably did.
Yeah.
It was great though, because I could take my sister to work with me and it was like self-babysitting.
Great.
Because my sister was a good kid. So I could be like, here, have some tokens, go play. And she'd be great.
Okay.
Like, it was like I could babysit her while I was at work. It was so
You were getting paid to babysit, technically.
Technically. Yeah, technically. Because, you know, not from mom.
No.
Oh, I got to take a sip of this before I tell this story.
I'm so excited. I don't think I know this story at all. I didn't even know you ever worked at a Chuck E. Cheese.
No, I haven't thought of this in a minute.
Oh, boy.
So at this point in my Chuck E. Cheese career, I am still on like the lead side. Okay. Am I like 17, 18? Yeah. Am I a manager? No. But am I like pretty much head cashier, like next level? I had a special colored shirt. Yeah. So there was a situation where we had an issue with our bathroom as well.
Okay.
And it was more of a clogged situation. And there's a lot of different pizza toppings. Okay.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna like this. Not that I'm
No, it was not good. It was not good.
Like, I have a strong stomach, but I'm scared about what you're about to tell me.
Yeah, it was definitely like clogs. Drains had clogged, and so there was a puddle, a pool, a pond in the bathroom. I will say though, as leadership at that point, it was me and a manager that went and took care of it.
Oh, you had to do it?
We did.
I mean, I guess like
it was bad.
Kudos to you for not pawning it off on a newer person who like this bitchy man. Like you could have been this bitchy manager who was like, "Here, bitch."
No, I had a manager above me helping me with it.
Okay, so
like there was
good for you guys.
Store manager that went in to help handle the situation. Because there have been times, yes, if a kid fucking pukes, which would happen every so often, a kid will just puke on the carpet, and at that point you do send the newest recruit in to go take care of it.
For a vomit on a carpet.
But it's like it's a little vomit on a carpet, like in the restaurant. Okay?
Also, can we talk like super side note? There shouldn't be carpet at Chuck E. Cheese. Like, why are we having like carpet? Like,
okay, hold on.
Or is it to prevent like when they fall? They don't
think about kids running
head.
around. You don't want a kid to fall and fucking smack their head on. Yeah,
you can see I'm not around children much because I'm like, carpet? Why are we having carpet? Carpet and sharp edges.
Yeah, lots of sharp edges. No. So I specifically, this was a long time ago. This was, I was 18, so this was over 20 years ago. This was half of my life
I don't mean to be making a gross face at you.
The face is understandable.
I'm scared of, I don't know what's coming.
I specifically remember jalapenos. Like slices of jalapenos in this just pond of shit water in the middle of the bathroom. But no, we didn't. That was such an ordeal that any real leadership does not send the newbie in to deal with that. Okay. Do you send the newbie in to clean the fucking play balls? Yes. Do you send the newbie in for a quick little vomit on the floor by a game? Yes. Do you send the newbie in for a pond of jalapeno shit water in the bathroom? That is disrespectful. That is when leadership has to step in, and I hate the fact that I was leadership at that moment.
You're like the one time being responsible bites me in the ass.
Oh man, but I do.
Oh my god!
I don't remember his name, but I can picture him in my face. The manager that.
Well, good for that manager too, for like being in the trenches, literally, with you. I'm grossed out. Like, Honestly, I thought you were just gonna react to this. I didn't think you were gonna be like, I've been there.
I'm like, wait, I've totally been there. I've lived, man. I have life experience.
That's insane. But yeah, poor Rosie, who had to.
Poor Rosie.
And you know, like,
fuck that bitch, man. That manager.
What a bitch.
And hold on, is there anything that I'm not allowed to say here besides the ones that I don't obviously want to say? Because that's a fucking cunt right there.
Oh, you can say that word.
That bitch is a fucking cunt.
I don't know if I've ever said that word on the podcast, but I say it a lot in my personal life.
See, I don't say that word a lot. I reserve it for special situations, and that manager deserves it.
But Rosie, thank you for submitting that. And
God, you took me back. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know we were going to get a story. I didn't know she was going to.
You activated some PTSD with me there, so I feel you.
But I understand that being young, dumb, and spineless. I probably would have done the same thing. I would have been like, okay.
How are you supposed to say no? That's your boss.
Like, okay, and I'm somewhat new, and she's already known as being a bitch. Like,
yeah, that's hard.
Fuck, I don't like. Okay.
And you don't know what you're signing up for because you think it's going to be a quick.
She clocked me out, so I don't even get.
That's illegal.
It's illegal, but
that's illegal.
When you're 19,
you don't know that.
When you're 19, you don't realize that, and you're just like, okay, like, I'm just happy to have a paycheck, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. You don't fight for yourself because you don't know you can yet.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay, the next horror story comes to us from Sabine. Sabine says, "I'm not sure how you want to categorize this. A gremlin story or a gremlin gossip? We're doing neither today. I worked at this bar several years back that I, for the most part, loved. Decent money, great coworkers, a chill atmosphere, and usually great customers. This specific day, I was having the roughest of rough days. I had just broken up with my boyfriend after finding out he cheated on me.
How did I know that was coming?
I needed to find a new apartment, and it just seemed like shit was falling apart. I go into work hoping to have a chill night. This guy comes in who I've never seen before, sits at the bar, throws a $100 bill at me, and orders a Manhattan. Rude to throw money, but whatever. I make the drink. I hand it to him with his change. He takes the drink, puts all of his money in his pocket, and starts sipping. So, no tip? Great. I move on to the other customers sitting, including some regulars.
I already don't like this guy.
Yeah.
I already so don't like this guy. I can see her in the corner of my eye. You take all the money and you don't even leave a dollar. Like, you at least leave $1.
A something.
Fuck this guy.
Hey,
go ahead.
You're going to be real mad.
I know I am. I'm so mad.
Around 10 minutes later, I'm making a drink for another customer, and I hear fingers snapping. I look over to see the rude customer, and I tell him I'll be with him in just one moment. He groans. Same thing happens as before. I bite my tongue, and I smile. This happens 2 more times. 5th time's a charm, and I'm livid. When I hear the summoning snaps, I turn curtly and say, yes. And this asshole crumples up another $100 bill and throws it at me, saying, make me another one.
Hold on. At this point, I would have made the drink and been like, no change. You threw it at me, right? You didn't expect change after you threw it at me. Oh, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm about to get so mad.
That's it. I'm done. I hand him back the money and tell him he's had too much to drink and I can no longer serve him. That set him off, and he starts yelling that I don't know who he is, and he could buy this place if he wanted to.
Fuck who you are. I'm sorry.
And he will fire my ass.
Fuck yourself.
Just said, okay, sir, have a nice night.
I love this person. Right now, I love this person writing the story. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl.
It's a girl.
Sabine. Name I've heard. Sabine is a girl. Girl.
Hold on to your chair.
Oh my God, I'm holding on.
He gets up off the stool to leave, and in a split second turns around and spits. Before anyone...
Throw a bottle.
Before anyone could get involved, I grabbed the soda gun and began spraying him down. Security ran up and dragged him out of the bar. My adrenaline was through the roof and it began shaking. I had never been in a confrontation like this, nor have I ever acted out at work in such a manner.
She coyote ugly that bitch.
I was sure I was about to be fired. The manager came rushing to the front asking what happened and met the now soaked asshole out front. I could hear him yelling. I turned to my coworker and started bawling, saying, I'm going to get fired. She, along with all the customers at the bar, said no, he was an asshole and I was defending myself. My manager came in after a few minutes and pulled me into the office. He sat me down, handed me some tissues, and high-fives me, saying, good job. I was so relieved he wasn't angry at me. I just started laughing hysterically. He tells me I can finish my shift if I want, but he can give me the night off and cover for me. I decided to stay and finish my shift, and the rest of the night was filled with laughter and people retelling my story for weeks. Unfortunately, that bar has since closed down, but it was my favorite place I've ever worked at, and luckily I'm still friends with everyone to this day. Sabine.
W bartender, W other customers, W manager. Fuck that customer. That's one of the best stories I've heard. Mm-hmm. That's one of the best stories I've heard.
That's why I didn't want to send you these stories.
That's good. I'm glad you did. That was so good.
It wouldn't have been in the moment. You would have just been like, okay, great.
Oh, girl.
Right.
Girl. So good. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a lot of different ways you could react to that. Because
a lot.
Part of me wanted to go,
yeah.
Yes? What can I get you?
I think I would have done.
What can I get you?
I've had issues with.
You need something?
Yeah. I've had issues with people like this in the past. Luckily, I wasn't working at an extremely fine dining place, but I did what you've done. I've been like, well, the rest is for me, right? Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Then I walk away, and I'm like, what are you going to do about it?
I mean,
nobody is going to try to get their money back.
There has been one situation where I was at a place we won't discuss, and I just said, all I said was, you do that again, and I'll slap you across the face.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because this person did it again.
Yeah.
And I wasn't kidding. I slapped him across the face. And he deserved it, and it was one of the best moments of my life.
And it was such a lax place, she didn't get fired.
Oh, no. Everyone was like, that was kind of awesome. It was kind of awesome.
Yeah. So, Sabine, I'm so bummed this place closed down because I was going to say right in, let's
go.
Yeah, like, I want to know, like, what, like, city and I don't even know if you're here, like, in America, but, like, if you are, I was wanting to know, like, what city, what state.
Yeah, like, do you still bartend? That's kind of what I know. Do you still bartend after that?
I feel like she does.
You probably do. And I hope you retell that story all the fucking time, because you should.
I would make that my entire personality.
You've earned it.
It was so annoying.
You coyote uglied that fucking dick. Oh, but man.
You know what? I really understand what, like, her saying, like, because I've been in situations where your adrenaline kicks in and then you get the shakes and then you're crying and you don't mean to cry. It's just the surge of the emotion. You're just like, oh my God. And then her realizing that she is okay and then it just, like, descends into laughter.
Yeah.
I felt that. I was like, I've been there before. I know what that feels like, where your emotions are so heightened and you're like, oh my God. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, but
we can take a breath.
But once she took that breath,
bitch,
I hope you were on cloud 9 all night.
She had to.
Like, had to have been on cloud 9
and screw the rest of her life, the shitty boyfriend, the needing a new apartment. Like, she's like, I can float through the rest. Like, I got this. I feel like that would give you the confidence where you're
so good.
I got it. Like, we're good.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh,
see, that's why
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
That's why I don't like to tell the gremlin stories.
That's smart.
Beforehand, because I love the raw, honest reaction.
Smart.
Yes.
Smart.
But
hey, this is a good podcaster right here. She knows what she's doing. She'll learn it.
I'm attempting. But I did tell you we do have a gremlin guidance coming up.
We did mention the gremlin guidance. What? Hi, I live stream. I talk live all the time.
Yeah. But you don't drink while you do it.
I don't, actually. Very, very rarely. I think there's been like once or twice that when me and my girl were streaming during football season. And if the Dolphins win, that's when I agree to take a shot with her.
Every time the Dolphins win, I think of you. And it makes me laugh so much because it was the Raiders, which fuck the Raiders. I don't give a fuck about them. Well, it's Robert's team, so I hear about it. Anyway, but it was the Raiders playing the Dolphins, and I remember being like, "Oh, it's you against Jackie," and he's like, "Well, fuck Jackie." I was like, "You want me to tell her that right now?" He's like, "Well, no."
It's okay. My stepdad is a Raiders fan too.
Oh, a fellow loser.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Oh, we're gonna go into football real quick.
I'm just gonna say real quick. No matter what sport, when you claim a team, they're your team. Even if they end up
both ride through with your teams through thick and thin. Even
if they end up being a losing team, you stick with your team. That's what it is. Okay. I have zero respect for
bandwagoners
that are purely bandwagoners and will jump off the bandwagon and then jump back on. Like, here's my thing: is Patriots fans have had enough.
You know, I don't really have fun. Not to make this a sports podcast, because it's not. I don't know enough about it. Like, I know football very well, just like being well versed in it, like growing up and blah blah blah, whatever. I don't have fun watching like the Super Bowl when it's the Patriots every year, when it's the Chiefs every year. It's just like it's
boring.
I would love I have my team. My team is the LA Rams, and it's just because like I'm like homebound. Yeah. Like, that's just my team.
Respectful.
But
that's a solid reason.
If the Rams aren't going to make it, I'm going to root for the underdog. And it's not fun when it's the same two teams. Yeah. Even the Eagles. Sorry, Eagles. It's just like, can I get some diversity up in here?
But yeah, like the Patriots had their dynasty and then they were bad for a minute and then they got back in the playoffs. And I was like, no.
Yeah, like
the Patriots fans have already had their time.
Switch it up.
They need to learn how to suffer like the rest of us. Okay? You've already had your dynasty.
Yeah.
Learn to suffer and stick by your team even when it's hard.
All right, let's get back to it. Gremlin guidance. Mm-hmm. She already knows this question. I sent it to her. A little bit.
Yeah, I will say I didn't read every word, but I read enough of it. Yeah. And I was like, the fuck?
Yeah, so I sent it to her just so, because stories are one thing, that's just a raw reaction. But the guidance, I can read it beforehand and I can form my own opinion. As opposed to, like, if I don't send it to you, you just have to give me your, like, blind reaction. I'd like it to be, like, more well thought out. We can banter about it.
Yeah.
So, Gremlin guidance question does come to us from Anonymous.
Okay.
So, Anonymous says, I have a question about a difficult dilemma I'm facing at the moment. I'm in the middle of planning my wedding. It's not going to be a huge event, around 100 people, 50 guests from my side, and 50 guests from my fiancé side. While planning, my older sister, 3 years older than me, has all but assumed she would be my maid of honor. I've explained to her multiple times that we are not having a traditional bridal party, but I've been somewhat lying. I have asked my best friend to stand up with me, and my fiancé will have his brother at his side. My sister and I were close when we were younger, but over the past 10 years, we have grown distant. The main source of distance is due to the fact that when she married her husband, her views shifted to a more conservative stance, and over the past 2 years, she's become deep in the MAGA cult. I still love her, of course, because she will always be my sister. But it is hard to have a conversation with her when our views and morals differ so heavily. She is invited, but I'm worried that if I don't tell her before the wedding that my friend will be up there, she might make a scene on the day. Do you think I'm being unfair to my sister? And what is your advice on how I should navigate this discussion, or should I not mention it at all? Anonymous.
So I have to say, when I read this, I was... It hit very hard and it hit very close to home. Mm-hmm. I have a little sister that's 10 years younger than me. Now, we are both people with brains, so neither of us are MAGA supporters. Just to start that off. Right. We are both on the correct side of history. But she is planning her wedding.
Yes.
And she's been planning...
Which I did not know when I picked this and sent you the question.
Yeah, you had no idea.
Let me state for the record, I picked this because she is one of my only friends to have not only a sibling, but a sister. So I was like, okay, sister to sister bond. I can give my opinion, but I don't have a sister. I don't know this dynamic. She's the only person I really know who is a girlfriend who has a sister. So that's why I picked the question. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that this was a legitimate situation within her actual life.
I read the first 2 lines and I was like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Now I will say that there's no political issues mm-hmm. between me and my sister.
Yeah.
So that part does not apply. Mm-hmm. What I will say, the first thing I need to say is you need to talk to your sister as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. As soon as possible. Could she make a scene at your wedding? Maybe.
I think that is
that's probably issue. The biggest fear.
Like to make, even if like you're mad about something, about somebody's, let's say I went to a wedding and I felt personally victimized by whatever happened. I would never make a scene and then make it about me. I would stew privately, talk to whoever I was talking to privately, but I would never make a scene at the wedding. Yeah. I think making a scene at a wedding about something so like personalized is selfish.
Okay. And I'm going to make a very big personal statement here and say that anyone that is a huge MAGA supporter probably does not have a high emotional intelligence.
I will agree with you on that. Sorry if there is anyone here who is listening that is of that mindset, but I do feel like I have been vocal in the past about where I personally stand in my political views. And I don't think that is going to be a shock or a surprise to anyone.
And I'm just going to say that if you were on that side, you have time. You can open your eyes. That's all I'm going to say, is that you can open your eyes.
It's never too late.
It's never too late, because I'm sorry he was not talking to Teddy Roosevelt.
Isn't that crazy?
Okay, moving on. Back
we didn't even say anything. We just stared at each other.
Back to the point. I think that telling your sister as soon as possible is important. Mm-hmm. My sister is planning her wedding. She is 10 years younger than me. It has been a very long engagement. They were together a very long time before, so a long engagement is fine, especially mm-hmm. because they're actually planning a wedding where they were engaged, which is France. So
yeah, it's a destination.
It's a destination wedding. It's a big thing.
A really long planning process.
Yeah,
just planning a vacation is a long planning process.
And we were at a dinner for her birthday that I had planned when I realized that she was not planning on having me be her maid of honor.
Yeah,
and I was hurt. Honestly, I was hurt. I love my baby sister. She's my baby sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Like we've gone through a lot, but there's also been a lot of distance.
I mean, there's a decade of distance between you. You know?
Yeah. So even though I might have had these images in my head of what one day my wedding would be like mm-hmm. and what part she would play in it, looking back, I also never spoke to her about it. I never told her, one day when I get married, I hope that you'll be my maid of honor.
Right.
Or, if I'm young, that you'll be my flower girl.
Yeah.
Like, because 10-year difference if I get married in my fucking 20s.
Right.
I never really expressed these to her because there was such an age difference. Mm-hmm. And we did grow apart.
Yeah.
And we didn't live together for a lot of our lives, So it hurt. Mm-hmm. It absolutely hurt when I realized that I wasn't that person to her. So I will say that speaking to your sister as soon as possible is super important because it is your day.
For sure.
And I'll dig into that more, but you're going to want to give her time. You're going to want to give her time to come to the conclusion that she needs to come to, which might take her a minute. And that is your day.
Yeah. And you don't want her to overshadow the day with her own emotions.
Yeah. And that's something that took me a minute mm-hmm. to settle in myself mm-hmm. after I found out that I wasn't going to be playing this part.
But real quick before you continue, when you found out at that birthday dinner, you still didn't make a scene.
No.
You still were like,
No.
And you sat with yourself.
Yeah.
And you didn't question it or make it about you.
Granted, we were also at the place I worked. I had this thing where whatever great restaurant I was working at the time,
yes, I
planned a birthday dinner for my sister.
Yeah, so know that.
We had a few of those where we had these awesome birthday dinners for her at places I was working. And we had another one after that.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, but you didn't stop doing it just because.
Like, that wasn't the last one.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we haven't had one since, but that's just because my work has changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I didn't make a scene.
Of course not.
I did, have a little bit of a conversation with, her fiance's sister when we were in the bathroom, but that's just a like
person to person.
Dude, I was caught off guard.
Yeah.
And I was caught off guard. I had no idea that this is how this was going to go. So I had to be very careful with how I responded, and I am aware.
Yeah.
I do think that this conversation with her sister needs to happen as soon as possible.
I think so too.
Either one-on-one or with a comfortable third party.
Like maybe like their mom.
Maybe the mom, maybe the fiance. I don't know if there's another sibling, maybe a brother. I mean, I'm probably not, but something like that. Like a close friend of both of them. If there is
somebody who understands like the dynamic, at least.
Someone that understands the dynamic, because they might need a neutral party, they might need a referee.
Yeah.
And that's probably not going to be a fun conversation.
No.
But the sooner you have it, the more time your sister will have to get over it. Honestly, like, to be straight to the point, to get over it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, I had to come to terms with it. I had to get over it. I had to get over the fact that my feelings were hurt when it's not about me.
Yeah.
It's her day.
Yeah.
Like, it's her wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I should be happy I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was to get married, there are members of my family that I wouldn't invite.
For sure.
So it's not going to be an easy conversation.
No.
And the sister is going to be hurt.
I think the added aspect of it being political on top of it, it's very much because so when you said actually I'm going through this, I was like, I would think this might be your sister if it wasn't the political aspect of it, where I was like,
we knew for sure.
Hold on. I knew for sure it wasn't your sister.
10 years, 3 years, politically crazy.
Forget the years, but the fact it was just the political views. I think that's adding to
an extra layer. It's adding an extra layer of stress.
Yes.
That honestly is completely beside the point.
But politics are really touchy, and those people who are very passionate about their specific beliefs, whether we agree with them or disagree with them, it's extremely touchy, and they become very sensitive when it's brought up in a negative fashion.
I think a piece of advice I would give is to try to keep the politics out of it. Yes, politics might be why you've grown away from your sister, but I would honestly try to have that not be the reason.
Just say like, hey, like I'm closer with this friend.
Yeah, this is my person. This is my person, and I love you, and I want you to be there. Right. I want you to be at my wedding. I love you. You're part of my family.
Yeah.
But this is my day.
Yeah.
And this is
I want you to be there.
This is my day. I'm
not disinviting you.
Exactly. This is my day. This is what I have decided. I love you. I still want you to be there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I hate you. I don't want you to be at my wedding.
Yeah, of course not.
So I do think that there's a potential for smooth sailing.
Yes.
I would try to keep politics out of it as much as possible.
Yeah, I think that is the touchy subject that might send her over the edge, where she's going to become extremely sensitive to it.
And the fact that you're having a small ceremony and makes it a little easier.
Yes.
Because it is only that one person. So yeah, I think especially if there's some way that you can describe your relationship with your person. That is your maid of honor type person, and just explaining, like, I understand my sister has friends that have been there for things that I wasn't there for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And and I know to respect that.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully your sister can understand to respect that. But I do think that the two biggest points are as soon as possible and leaving the politics aspect out of it.
I think so too.
As much as possible.
Yeah. Just like make it about just like the wedding and that you want her to be there in this capacity.
Yeah, reminding her that you still love her.
Yeah.
And I can understand that it might be hard to respect her. It might be.
Yeah.
But reminding her that you still love her is, I think, the most important part. And that you do still want her to be there. I think that will help her get past the rest of it.
Yeah. And hopefully she can be mature enough to respect the decision and just enjoy the wedding and enjoy celebrating her sister and this new chapter of her life. That's the hope and the prayer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm like, like I said, if I were in the sister's shoes, I would just be like, okay, what can you do about this? Yeah. What are you going to do? Like scream and claw your way into the position?
Yeah. Like
I'm gonna make this such an unenjoyable experience that you're just like, fine, whatever. Like just be it. Like be the maid of honor. I don't care.
I mean, I know I had to think to myself about it. And then like, honestly, the maid of honor has a lot of responsibilities.
You get to just hang out and have fun.
Tell your sister there's a lot of shit she don't have to worry about.
That's true.
That is,
you get to just be invited and
you just get to enjoy the wedding. And maybe I know that I have a special job at the wedding.
Right.
I already know that. And it's to keep my mom in line.
Okay. Well, good luck at that one.
I know. Keep an eye on my mom. That's my job.
So you're mom babysitter.
So, God, I hope
so you're already busy.
So, like, maybe it's one of those things where it's like, like, I still need you there.
Of course.
I still need you there.
Yeah.
I still want you there. I still need you there. This is not your job.
Yeah.
I have a different job for you.
There you go. Yeah. Maybe if you can phrase it in such a way where you're like, I don't know. I feel like she's going to find it as condescending, though. So I say you just have a very honest, not too honest, but a very just like calm conversation with her. Yeah. And hopefully she doesn't freak out. And hopefully it's a productive meeting. And if it isn't, then I guess that's when you have to think about like, well, like if she's going to be destructive, maybe she shouldn't be there, which is a terrible thing to say, but it's just kind of the reality of a possible situation.
Definitely don't wait till the wedding.
No.
Absolutely not.
Because if you think she will make a scene, then that means you know her well enough to know that she probably will.
And maybe it's not during the ceremony.
Right.
But you got the whole reception.
Yeah, you don't need the drama on your wedding day. You don't need to only think about that on your wedding day. Or like, even if she doesn't, for you to like sit there and worry that she might.
No.
Yeah, that's just unnecessary.
Talk to her as soon as possible. I'm glad I got as much time as I did. Mm-hmm. Because like, still, the wedding isn't until next year and I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, and I came to terms with it a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I went, it's okay.
Yeah.
I had to talk to myself and I had to really talk to myself and be like, it's not about you.
Yeah.
Which is something I learned in therapy, actually.
I was going to say, you
have to remember.
You use the tools you learned in therapy.
You have to remember.
We're bringing it right back to the beginning.
All the way back. You have to remember that other people's actions are not about you.
Yep. Yeah.
Other people's actions are not about you.
Which is hard to understand.
I just wanted to slow that down and make sure everyone heard it properly, because sometimes I need to remind myself. That is something that I remember my therapist saying to me.
Yeah.
Is that you need to remember other people's actions are not about you. They have so many things in their life that they are thinking about, that they are calculating, that maybe they are thinking about you in it, but they have all of their other shit.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. You guys don't know this, but we had technical difficulties. We are back, and we are going to do the end of this podcast.
There are no technical difficulties. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm pretty transparent. And we have full drinks again, so let us take a very mini sip. Don't finish it just yet.
She had to tell me.
She was part of the technical difficulties. All right, Jackie, let's give out your socials. Where can people find you?
All right, so you can find me live streaming on Twitch 4 to 5 days a week at HamsterBrain402. You can also find me on Instagram at HamsterBrain402 and HamsterBrain Store if you're more interested in to see what I have to sell. We are working on building that out. But yeah, reach out to me. We also have a website, hamsterbrain.media, which is where you can find our links to everything, to my Etsy, where we have 3D printed and painted video game replicas, and all of our TCG player pages.
And she is going to be listed in episode, I believe it's going to be episode 60. So if you're looking at this on the day of the episode airing, it'll be in stories. If you're not looking at it on the day the episode airs, it's going to be in highlight reel under what I believe will be episode 60.
And if you see it the week of release, come find me on Twitch and wish me a happy birthday, because it's my birthday week, and I'm going to be sad because I'm turning 40 and it's scary.
So yeah, all of her links and where you can find her will be listed in that highlight reel. So if you're interested in following her or buying from her or trying to find her at a card show or a trade show, you know where to find her. Yeah. And if you'd like to follow myself and the podcast, you may do so on Instagram and TikTok at Emily to Gremily Pod. If you'd like to watch this episode and almost all the episodes, you may do so on YouTube at Emily to Gremily Pod on YouTube. If you have your own gremlin story, you need gremlin guidance, or you have a juicy piece of gremlin gossip, email that in at emilytogremilypod@gmail.com, or message or DM me on social media, whichever you prefer. And remember to write if you'd like to remain anonymous or not.
And if you want me back, tell her. Maybe I'll be back sooner.
I mean, you don't have to tell me. I'll just have her back. It doesn't need to be suggested. I'm just going to.
But I'm a Leo. I want you to want me.
Okay, yeah. Let her know she's wanted and desired. A call to action I'm saying at the end of every episode. If you have any episode theme or topic suggestions or guest suggestions, somebody you'd like to see and or hear on this podcast, email that in at emilytogremilypod@gmail.com, or again, message or DM me on social media, whichever you prefer. We are rushing to the end because I'm afraid this is about to die.
And I have one last thing to say that I like to say at the end of all my streams is don't forget to be nice to yourself.
Be nice to yourself.
We are way too hard on ourselves. I know I am. You need to be nice to yourself.
There we go. There we go. And remember to like, follow, share, subscribe, rate 5 stars, do all the things. We're going to cheers out with our tequila espresso martinis. Boom. Cheers to you, cheers to me, and cheers to Jackie. Thank you for coming back on the podcast.
Thank you, Emily.
Cheers, you guys. Bye.